Hey, what's going on, everybody? I actually recorded a very good video yesterday. Gosh, it would have been about 11 minutes long. And it was just on this topic. Um, man, I put a lot into it, man. I really gave some good value in that one. And yeah, it turns out there's something wrong with, with my camera. It actually didn't save the video. So yeah, so that was rough, man. But hey, I'm dedicated. So, I'm just gonna, re-talk about that, that topic that I touched on, I spoke about. So, I'm sure it'll work this time because I fixed the issue. Um, yeah, so definitely, share this video to someone who you think might get some value from it. Definitely subscribe to my channel, and, definitely put on your notifications so that way, and get notified when a new video comes out, right? Because I'm trying to give as much value as possible. And just coming off the top of the dome, just basically just whatever comes to mind, whatever comes to heart, I'm gonna put out to you, okay? With a little bit of structure, like today, or last night when I did the video, it was basically on a guy who had emailed me. And by the way, my email is lorenzomotivation@gmail.com. So someone had emailed me and was talking about how his wife just doesn't understand what he goes through, right? And it was getting frustrated for him and stuff like that. And he's like, what do you recommend I do? So I definitely wrote back to him. Try to keep it simple, and some tips and things like that. But, you know, I just want to talk about what he, his basically what's concerning him. And that is that, his wife just doesn't understand what he goes through. Okay. And this is a big thing that's happening in the world where, look, it can happen to women too. It's not just men, it's to women too. Husbands don't understand what women go through as well. So I'm just going to touch on men right now, right? We can talk about women another time. I'll definitely touch on that. But basically, we as men, look, and if you're a woman who's interested in this topic and you want to understand, right? I'm just going to quickly give you as much as I can in these next few minutes, and then we'll touch on it another time, okay? But basically, you need to understand that, men, we want to do our best for the people we care about, right? We want to work hard, we want to make money, we want to become successful, we want to build value, right? This is something that's very, very embedded in our nature as men, and we're very competitive, mostly, right? So, women, we feel like the people that we're fighting for, that we're working for, we want them to respect us. It's just like an internal thing that we just need from the people we love and that we care about, because we will do anything for you, right? So, men are very sensitive to disrespect, belittling, being laughed at, mocked, undervalued, and underappreciated. Men are very sensitive to that, and if they don't respond, to it, they might be good at holding it in and hiding it because they don't want to be perceived as weak, right? So, we as men, we really want to do our best for the people we care about, and we really want to create value in this world. So we're constantly fighting our work, we're fighting our managers, we're fighting the world to become something and to create value and bring back more money to our wives and to our children and to the household so we can give y'all a lot more, right? So we're fighting every day for it, So as women, the best thing you can do is, for the most part, just be kind to your man. You know what I mean? Be that essence of feminine energy for him. Be that soft place. Be that peace for him. Don't bring him drama and more stress. He's already worried about paying the bills and the mortgage and, whatever. You know what I mean? You know what? You as a woman, you might be, working hard too and making money and paying half the mortgage and all that kind of stuff. But for the man, it's like, it's the end result. Like, what I mean by that is, like, you might lose your job, you know what I mean? Or, you might get pregnant, or you might have to take time off of the kids, or whatever the case may be. So at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to make sure we hold up the fort, from a financial standpoint. And then on top of that, we're worried about our kids' future. We want to make sure our kids survive in the future when they're adults. So, at the end of the day, we as men, we women do care as well, right? Of course, about how their kids end up. But for a father, it's always the burden's more on him, and we have more responsibility to the point of where our kids end up. A woman's responsibility is mainly childbirth, nurturing the child, the toddler, to whatever it is, 10 years old or whatever the case may be. A man and a father's more important role is after that. You know what I mean? Teaching them to become, adults that can survive and thrive in the world, right? And as they say, keep your daughters off the pole, keep your sons out of jail. That's our goal. You know what I'm saying? That's our responsibility as men and as fathers. So yeah, we have a lot of pressure on us too, and we have to constantly critique ourselves. Go to our friends, our male friends in our support group, our men's groups and stuff like that for support and mentorship, guidance. God, of course, the higher power. That's what I do. Connect with the higher source to get guidance, because I'm a leader for my family. I'm the one, that they're gonna come to for that emotional support, spiritual support, financial support, all of that, right? So yeah, men, we do carry a lot of pressure on us, and for the most part, you just need to, women, if you can, just understand that, you know what I mean, that he's got a lot on his plate, you know what I'm saying, and he's worried about you and worried about the kids all the time. Even when he puts his head down to sleep, he's worried about, we are worried about our family's survival in this crazy ass world that we're living in. You know what I mean? And we want to be treated like kings in our house. If we can't be treated like a king in our own home, where the hell are we going to be treated like a king? You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll definitely touch more on this. I hope you got some value from it. And definitely, like I said, pass this video on, subscribe to the channel, put on your notifications, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.